Chandra Nandini update on Thursday 8 July episode 7-8 on Atinka TV. Gautami Baby goes to her husband and says it's so long we haven't spent quality time. Nandini sees them and starts laughing and goes to her friends and says Gautami Baby asked Bhaiya to pick her. She hears Gautami come and hides and Gautami says Goddess Nandini, and calls her near her and says I want you to get married and the reason is you always trouble me. Chandra and Parvatak, asked to aim while practicing archery. Parvatak aims and says I won. Chandra aims flag and not the stand. Chandra says the support is Praja and flag king and I don't want to aim Praja but the kingship. Shanakya says this is the difference between you and Parvatak and praises Chandra saying you have the qualities a king shd have. Nandina's brothers try convince her for wedding but she denies. Padmanand walks to her and says even if I ask you to. Nandini says okay but on one condition, the man shd defeat Dorambaya. Gautami says this isn't possible, no one can defeat him. Nandini says I want my better half to be as strong as him. Padmanand says okay I will get you such husband. Parvatak says Chandra you don't have an attitude a king shd have and see I have made Princess Swayamvar invitation. Chandra says very good you deserve her. I have seen her, she is very cute like a sweet laddu, big enough for you. See that fat lady more fat than her, all the best and leaves. Parvatak says is this truth? His friend says he is purposely saying to stop you. Parvatak says I will go in Swayamvar. Shanakya says Parvatak you aren't going anywhere, reduction isn't complete yet. Parvatak says but that would be the god's insult. Shanakya says my word is final. Padmanand busy fooling around with girls. Amartya tries to explain Apt securities but he is busy talking Apt Nandini and her Swayamvar and is drunk. Padmanand says for me my daughter is important than this Bharat. Bharatmanand unaware of the fact that foreign invader were in their way to Bharat. Foreign invaders says I see Bharat boundary and I will conquer over it. His mate soldiers says it difficult though. Sikandar says Bharat is battling disputes amongst themselves and so this is golden opportunity. Foreign invader Sikandar enters Bharat from Takshila and bribes King Ambi there and says I am aiming the whole Bharat and in return you will get every luxury. Shanakya feels the dangers Bharat is going to face. Chandra sees his guru worried and walk in. Reigns and follows him. Chandra says Acharya why are you here? Shanakya says this rain is signing something bad. A disciple informs them Abt Sikandar. Shanakya says this is going to fast. I tried telling Padmanand Abt this danger years back but he didn't listen. Now my land is in difficulty and Bharat needs a king who will fight for Gloria Bharat and now Chandra it are time to act and our first aim is make good N. So you have to study everything Abt it from inside and out. Every single corner study our enemy. Go there make a map and we shall plan and attack leave right away. Nandini says Gautami Baby you don't like me right? Gautami says I do like you but you need to get married and trust me you will love it but her condition. Nandina's friend tell her that Padmanand has found her man. Gautami says now see him in Swayamvar. Her friends tell her it Rajkumar Parvatak Malika too, and he is pretty good in swords and will defeat her brother. Nandini says now see how I treat him and he won enter the Swayamvar. Nandini purposely ties Gautami's hair in funny way and leaves with her friends. Gautami finds it and gets very angry. Dorambaya walks to her and sees it and starts laughing. Nandini and her friends dressed as men decide to deal with Parvatak. Nandini asks guards for Parvatak and walks to meet Chandra in prince outfit. Nandini changes her voice and asks are you Parvatak Malika too? Nandini walks to Parvatak at Chandra dressed as Parvatak. Chandra thinks Abt Chanakya's words saying Parvatak is called Magud and so you will go on his name. Chandra has stolen the invitation from Parvatak. Nandini says friend this place is and for you, you are being tricked here. Have you seen Nandini P? She is so fat and ugly, and handicapped too and her Kundali signs death of her husband, and see I her well wishes and I don't want you to die so I telling you, now her wish and leaves with his friends. Chandra thinks this must be from enemy side I need to go and check on them. Nandini and her friends start laughing. Nandini listens footsteps and removes her sword. Chandra asks what her name and remove her fake mustaches and reveal her true face. Both get into sword fight. Chandra, while attacking, removes her turban and fake mustaches and sees her face. Chandra is surprised to see a beautiful lady, and walks away. Nandini stops him and points her sword at him and says, "Fight, I haven't given up yet." Chandra says, "I don't attack on women." Nandini says, "This is Megad and women don't just work household here." Pian attacks Chandra. Chandra holds her sword barehanded and his blood drops on Nandini's forehead and her hair gets stuck on Chandra's dress and tries to escape. Chandra says, "You won't leave until you tell me the truth." Nandini says, "I Rakumara Sevak, she asked me to do so because she is and ready for wedding," and runs away. Chandra's friends tease him. Gautami and Nandini's friend make fun of Nandini. Gautami says, "So you married her man, look you have sindoor." Nandini says, "I had this while fighting." Friend says, "It's Malkita's blood, and let me tell you baby, they were so close while fighting." Nandini says, "Enough of it." Chandra says, "I going Megad for my goals and not for Nandini." Amartya welcomes all Rajkumars. Chandra recognizes him. Amartya says, "You all have to come over this lift on water." Nandini says, "Stops helping me get ready and go check. I sure there must be 14 men and not 15. Malkitas must have run away." Gautami counts them and says, "There are 15 minutes. Look, I see Parv attack Malkita too." Nandini checks by herself, and says, "God, how did he come back?" Malkita to an ashram and says, "I need to go to wedding, and Megad will be mine." Ishdnt listen to Acharya, but IshdI leave. Sharanaka asks, "What are you thinking, Malkita? Come with me, I have a work for you." Malkita thinks, "This man has made me a slave where I have to be a king." Megad Pujari shows Rajkumars a tour of whole palace. Chandra starts looking for all places very carefully and slowly sneaks out and starts looking for secret locations. Nandini, keeping an eye on him, thinks, "Why did he go in wrong direction?" and asks Dasi to give her clothes. Padmanand asks Amartya, "Who do you think is right choice for Nandini?" Amartya says, "Today Naksha is very good, and if a couple gets married today they will live forever together." Amartya says, "Even the couple are different, they will have to be together." Chandra sees Nandini behind him. Amartya says, "The couple if love each other will kill someone, and if they don't love they may even kill each other." Padmanand says, "Interesting." Nandini asks Chandra, "Why are you here when you have been told Princess is and ready?" Chandra says, "I here for Megad and not Nandini. I here to study this palace." Nandini says, "I think you haven't heard about Padmanand and his strength, and anyways Ushdnt be here." Chandra says, "I lost my way, plz help." Nandini shows him direction and hides, but Chandra walks his own direction. Precap: Padmanand with Chandra in Swayamvar challenges Chandra.